Greetings viewers, this is Monto Maverick coming at you with another video. Today we're going to go through the Great Saber individual parts. Here I will discuss each part in its entirety from the legs, head, body, and weapons. Before I get to the final installment of this 3-video collection of the Great Saber, where I would fully assemble it and give my final thoughts. So with all that being said, let's get to each part of the Great Saber. First off, I'm going to start with the front legs here. And I was actually really liking the colors that this kit came with. From the kind of like darkish gray, even maybe the tint of brown there. And the red really gives that, I would say, army style without giving camo aesthetic. But I just really like the way how these colors work together. Even with these little, I would say these caps here, this, I guess, like off-white or maybe even a very light violet or purple color with a little bit of splash of gray. But actually I think it's more gray than purple. But anyway, I really do like the way how all these colors match well, even the way how the toes and claws go. But for articulation, the foot just goes up and down like so. And there's actually another joint here, so you actually have more than one. Each of the toes are individually movable, so definitely have a few ways so you can adjust the toes like so. And of course you have this joint, which I really am surprised the way how this is. So just to show it again, here is unbent. The leg as it is straight, but then if you bend it without dropping anything, you have a full-on movement like so. So I really like how this aesthetic goes. I just wish that parts were to stay in place. Next up are the hind legs. So just like the front, same color aesthetic from grape caps to the off brown grayish color I would say for here, and of course the inner frame red. So everything looks pretty good here, and I would say the highlights are pretty well made. I mean, just like any other animal with proper hind legs here, so it's just an extra joint here, but still I think it works well. Other than that, basically the same as the front, with just some extra few joints. But to show articulation, just like the front, has one there and another one there, which might be a little bit hard because of the way how this is the joints are placed for the hind legs. The toes are individually movable, like so. This joint, and that one goes pretty smoothly. And this joint here, where my thumb's at, can go all the way like so, and move over like so. So pretty nice the way how that turned out. Next I'm going to do the head, and the head is actually one of my favorite, I would say Zoids sculpts entirely, because this is just well made. It just looks a lot of great detail, and I just love the way how it looks really. Very detailed, very intricate, and it has a very nice menacing look. Also, I've been wanting to have a saber fang or great saber, or whatever the terms have been used for this Zoid particularly. So I'm really happy with this. And not only that, but the fangs are the same color as the toes, and I would say I'm really surprised by this, but all of the Zoids kits that I have with the teeth are always sharp. So always be careful whenever you are handling this. But fortunately, the only articulation I can show here is the mouth. It goes up and down like so. And these do move a little bit, but I think that's only there for show. This here's for the neck. And of course, as for Avizor, there's a cockpit in his head. And the pilot, same color as the fangs and toes. But yeah, this is very nice. And next is the body, and the body is I would say very well balanced in terms of proportion. Just like the other kits I've built so far, the Zoids Kabukiya line. It's just been really well positioned, really well integrated, really well proportioned. But this is no different. The only downside with this is that these parts that are on each of the leg hinges supposed to be added to leg, but they would not stay on the leg. So I just figured, you know what, let me just put it on the body instead, and I'm just gonna reveal like so. But there's a lot of details on these, and I'm really am grateful and excited the way how this looks. And I'm looking forward to see how this looks, well assembled. But it has a lot of interesting things. Now, the Great Saber, of course, is one saber fang that stands out just because this is very, I would say, ammunition heavy. So in this case, there's a gun here. There is a cannon on the chest of it. I would say there are some cannons on the end of the tail here. It's just other than that, this body's the same as any other saber fang. But still, though, I really like the way how this looks. Just like AV Kotobukiya Zoid kit, there is a Zoid course, and this one is actually right here. And let me see if I can just wiggle that out a little bit. Let's see if I can. There we go. An AV kit, besides as I am recalling, the gun sniper. The gun sniper Zoid core is actually on the back, but in this case, most of the Zoid cores are in the chest, like so. Like so. But fortunately, there's only limited articulation because this is the body. But there is a nice little neck movement here, and I'm really liking the way how this is just because they are pistons here and actual pistons too. Many Zoids kits have certain parts that look like pistons, but they don't really move like this. So I really am thankful for this little addition that this kit has. I think all of the other Super Fang kits has this. So I'm really thankful that this is an actual piston compared to other kits. But aside from that, though, the body moves like that, a little bit side to side, and that's about it. So limited, unfortunately, but of course it's going to look a lot better when everything's assembled. The tail moves ever so slightly. This is a small joint, so be careful of that. And there's another one here, but only this part goes up and down. This one goes side to side, and that's about it. But to make this, just to clarify, these light grayish parts are the only ones that are added to this kit. Other than that, the tail will just be, these two parts right here. So that's about it, and yeah. Oh, and the other pistons I do want to mention are actually underneath the front legs. You can see right there, that little gold piece. So this one does move, like so, but I gotta be careful because now just this, now where the pistons is gone. So I gotta be careful, put that back. But don't try to push too much because then this will get dislocated as well. So just keep an eye out on that. But yeah, that's about it for the body. And next, I want to discuss the one of the main weapons that's on the back of the Great Saber. This one here, which is actually is attached to another part, which I will discuss in a minute. But this one is very intricate. I was really surprised of the parts that came with this. It definitely does make this kit stand out compared to the regular. I'm unsure of what the other weapons look like for the Great Saber at the moment, but still, though, I am really excited the way how this looks. Very well detailed, I might add. A lot of details here. I was able to do some panel lining on the top of right here, and there's a little bit right there, the little black line I added. And there's also some paint line in here on the bottom, which I'll show in a minute. But yeah, it's very well detailed. There's some movable parts. This one goes up and down, and these little connection pieces would be attached to the next part. I will show in a minute. Oh, and also be careful, some parts tend to fall off, which I tend to notice now, especially during this review video, but at least everyone would know. But yeah, so these move, that one move up and down like I showed. This one also moves like so. And as for this middle part, also be careful because I remember doing whenever I was building this kit, there's one part I put the wrong peg in the hole, and I think the hole kind of expanded slightly, so it might be a little bit more loose than it should be. But what you do is you just move this up and you just rotate it like so. So you get this instead. So I think this is more like grenade launchers or rocket launchers of some sort, or homing missiles, something like that. But still, though, the fact that they give you that option to give it different aesthetics and give another another accessory you can do, so another gimmick is very nice. So I do like that. And lastly, is just the colors do work pretty well. The darker tone, lighter tone has a nice little contrast to this, and so it really makes this part stand out. And the last part is the wing unit, or another weapon unit actually. But the one thing about this kit though is that this kit actually came with several extra parts. Now when I was looking at the instructions, there's a lot of there's some gray areas. So I'm thinking, okay, what kind of parts do these make? Now some of it, not too much unfortunately, but there is enough parts to have this little cannon on top. So this is actually not part in the instructions, but with the parts that was present, it was very easy to put together. So really, let me just remove that, and remove that right for the moment, and like so. So this is basically what the instructions would tell you to build. So not really much, but because I was able to have so many extra parts, I'm just gonna keep this here because I personally think this looks a lot better with this on than without. One thing about this kit that not many Kotobukiya kits have, not many Zoid kits, is that this little red spot, this little gem there, that came with the kit, so it's a nice little thing that I didn't need to add in. I know I've seen many. Oh, there's actually a piece came off too. There you go. I know I've seen many people customize these kits, and they're very intricate with small paintbrush to give it a little bit more aesthetic, a little more detail. But I'm only good with paint lining for the time being. So maybe one day I will, once I practice on my steady hand and do some customizing colors, then maybe I'll do that. But anyway, in terms of articulation, so this rotates, that part rotates. These wing units, they actually move to the side. Unfortunately, that's as far as they can go. They can make a 9-degree angle. Now these wings, you actually need to pull, like so, and then you can extend them. So, pull, there you go. Like so. But other than that, that's all for articulation, and of course just move them again, and this put a clicking noise like so. There we go. And just rotates back like so, and that's about it for the wing unit. Thank you all for watching. I know it took some time to film this, but just so happens, just life got a little bit busy. So I do apologize for the wait, but here's the video here right now for your enjoyment. But yes, I am very excited to actually finally put this back together. Let me rephrase that. I'm so excited to actually put this together. Yeah, I did not assemble it just yet. But I'm just want to film this before I do. But anyway, I am excited. Again, been wanting a Great Saber for a while, and just need to add a little cat to my cat collection. And for those who've seen previous videos, you know exactly what I mean. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So until then, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more video updates. Be sure to follow me on other socials, links down below. Enjoy these two videos here. One is my most recent, which is the opening of this kit, and one that YouTube picked out. So with all that being said, thank you again. Until next time, keep on building.